Okay, I'm Gillian. I opened the potato bar 3 years ago. It was kind of a wee dream to always own my own place. And I happened to be walking past this premises where I worked in 18 years ago, and it was up for rent.
Obviously, you worked here 18 years ago then. What was it back then?
Buttered up.
Buttered up. Oh, buttered up.
It was indeed, yes. Joy Wilkinson owned it at that time, and I worked with her for I think about 4 years, and then her auntie, actually Barbara, decided to open her own place and stole me with her down Castle Lane until Simply Delicious. So over the years, I've always just loved this wee unit. It was just a nice wee size. It wasn't too hard to manage, you know. So I thought, well, when it was up for rent, why not have a go? Well, it was my 25th wedding anniversary. We were going to buy a caravan. So when we were walking past, my sister said, you always said you'd put in for that if it come up. So I took the phone number, took a photo of the sign, rang them, and the lady that was the landlady, Mrs. Doherty, who's passed away unfortunately, said she would like a wee bit of information of what you wanted to do with it and about yourself. So we done that. We went to Ibiza on our 25th wedding anniversary and come home to a message to say that she liked the sound of that wee girl and that she would like me to have it. So that's how it come about. Would you believe when we opened here, we were doing nothing but potatoes. We refused to. We weren't even doing sit-in. We had a stool there with a high bar and one there, so we got a potato bar, which is on my fault now that we now have doing everything. Over the years, we just expanded to what people wanted, to the wraps, paninis, toasties and all the rest. Then the new landlord took over. They took over the yard there, and it was disgraceful. Like, it was pigeon poop, it was rats, it was just, there was no roof, it was awful. I wouldn't even go out to empty the bins. My husband got that job every week to go out the back because I wouldn't do it. So they power hosted, cleared it out, and I was just standing there going, you could do something with this. And my sister was in on the Monday, and I was like, I could do something with that. And she's like, what? I goes, well, like a dog-friendly area. And this was on the Monday. The Wednesday, I've been in touch with Raymond and his wife, and met them on the Friday and started work the following week. So to me, the day we opened, everybody was like buzzing and I was all excited, where I was like, I think I'd seen it done the day in my head that I wanted to do it. I had a vision of the green floor, the picnic tables, the graffiti. I had it pictured in my head already. So they were all like, why are you now buzzing? I was like, I am, but it's been so much stressful. It's just like, yes, the door's open. Love dogs, love animals, love all animals, yeah. I have 6 cats, don't even get started, yeah. But I have the biggest domestic cat you can get because I can't get a dog yet. Until I retire, I want a big dog. So I've got a Maine Coon, which is an 8-kilogram kitten at the minute. Yes. But the dogs even love me. They want to be out there. Like, I have people coming to me and saying, my dog won't take a treat out of your hand. There you go, it'll take a treat off me. Or ones will hide under the table and go, I cannot get it out. It comes out, they go, are you a dog whisperer? I'm like, I don't know, they know, I think the sense that you're going to be good to them, you're friendly, you know, you've got that, like, I don't know, vibe off you or something, that they know that they're not going to do them any harm. Yeah. But I love them. Definitely, I don't even know how that happened. It was just like, I remember when I opened here thinking, look, my friend Tracy was working with me, and I was like, look, we've got 100 and something people on, and like the next thing it was 200 something, and then it was 300 something, and then overnight it just grew, and I'd only noticed just at Christmas there, before Christmas I noticed it up to 4,000 something, and now I'm over 5,000. But I think from we opened Scruffy, it's got more word out there too, so it has, because it's something different, and it's, you know, it's a lot, like, even to look at it, the brightness and the colours and all, take people's attention on the photos and all when I put them up.
Yeah, because you're, as well as having the dogs, obviously you're quite real on it as well. I mean, you talk about yourself and whatever else.
Yep, I'm very open. Like, if I have to close the door, I suffer from anxiety and depression, and if I have to close that door, I'm not going to put a lie up and say I'm closing because there's an electrical fault or something, because to me, I have actually brought a lot of people out and come out and said exactly the same thing. Like, some people say to me, you're brave because you're a business owner and you're actually putting this up, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm usually brave, you know, coming forward to me and saying, you know, this is what happens to me too. If I have to close that door, I would lie in bed all day feeling worse that I've lied. But if I have to close that door, I'll let people know why. You know, anxiety and depression isn't talked about enough, I don't think. If you're a business owner, there's a lot more than just me that suffers from anxiety and depression and don't want to put it on social media because you think, oh, you know, people look down on you, and they don't. I've actually had so many people message me when I take a day off saying, wishing me the best luck, asking me how I am. I met a lady, and totally random, I went over to the Craigavon Hospital at an appointment, or not Craigavon, the Portadown Leisure Centre. I had an appointment, And the girl looked at my t-shirt. She goes, "Are you Gillian? Are you from Dinnerware?" I goes, "Yeah." And she goes, "My daughter loves you." She says, "My daughter," she says, "you're an inspiration to her." She says, "Because you talk so openly about anxiety and depression." And I was like, "Goodness, that's lovely." And she said, "Can I hug you?" And actually, when I went, I got it into the car, and I hadn't done a post in a while, and I sat and done a wee post, and she then came in to visit me and all, and it says, I didn't speak about it until you spoke about it." I was like, that's it's so, it's great to hear that it took somebody like me to say, "This is how I feel," for her to come out and say, "This is how I feel." I know everybody in Lurgan. I grew up in Lurgan. Well, I'm from Marlin, but literally spent every single weekend of my life here. My dad's from Lurgan. My family's live in Lurgan. All my friends live in Lurgan. We grew up. This was every Saturday night. Or Friday night, you got the bus into town, the bus home again. Days when you could, you just get the bus into town and bus home again. The town was always buzzing. There was always somewhere to go, something to do. You knew everybody. You could literally come into town on your own and find all your friends. Go down to the park and meet everybody you knew. People gathered together and we had fun. It was just a nice, friendly place to come to. Our shops of the town is empty. If years ago, if you could name every single shop along this town, there was so many. There was no closures. There was no doors closed anywhere. Every shop was open. There was no empty buildings, no people not up the town. People went up the town to have a bit of crack in Woolworths, Wellworths and all the rest, and you met people that you knew up there. My granny and grand in particular came into town just to talk to their friends. I met them up town. And this town is just, they're taking too much out of the town. Now, it's great to see new businesses and stuff, like say like B&M and there's new home bargains, whatever coming, but they're killing the town centre. Like the Millennium Way killed the town centre too. You're taking, obviously traffic, yes, people say, "Oh, it's got rid of the traffic out of town." Years ago when they used to be able to park up that town, there was more people up that town. When you had rows of cars sitting and people knowing each other and socialising, that was Lurgan. That's what Lurgan was about. Mm-hmm. Now it's just what people run in to get what they have to and home again, or go to Tesco's and home again. It's just we're down a wee town. Yeah. We need something brought in, like bigger shops brought into the middle of the town, like not even branded shops, like in Primark or wherever, anything next to anything, bring it into the actual town centres instead of the shopping centres, because it's taking people out of our town.
Yeah. But I know one of your big loves is Lurgan Park. I mean,
of course, I love the park.
It's that's got to be a big selling point for a lot of people.
The amount I walk around there pretty much every night now. I get my steps in from I got sick. I was like trying to get my fitness back, so I was out doing the Lurgan Park every night, and I'd give out a load of leaf flowers and all around, and the amount of people I get talking to around the park, they're lovely, and there's a whole big thing, people taking photographs around the park. Our park's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, no matter what the weather's like. I'm away, got drowned in rat the other week, but who cares, and people are out with their dogs around the park, and I've met a lovely man down in the park, an older man, he's 70, and he's called Bertie, and I love him to bits. He now meets me down there, and we go for our walk, and he knows, just by chatting in general, we've got to know, he knows my entire family, I know half of his family. It's too funny that he knows everything about my family and all, and my husband likes the fact that they've got somebody to talk to go around the park that I'm not on my own, because he's paranoid, obviously, going around the parks and things on your own. But no, he's just a lovely wee man. And I got that just from handing him a flower when he had a dog, and he was like, "Oh, where's your place?" And I started talking to him, and "I've passed that, and I think you should do this, and I think you should do that." And I was like, that was us then, meeting every night, a bit of crack. That's what I love about Lurgan. You meet somebody, people forget to talk to people. They're too busy on their phones or their earphones in. Speak to people. Smile. A smile can make somebody's day. You're walking around the park and you smile at somebody who's walking about like this, you can guarantee you're going to smile back.